today. It's Madden NFL football. It's week 3 of the NFL on EA Sports. The Houston Oilers taking on the Indianapolis Colts.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Indianapolis Colts and the Houston Oilers. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you take a look at our home side as we enter play here. And losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Colts, they come in at an early crossroads here, facing a tough opponent on the road where a loss would make them 0-3.
And when you start that way, doubts really start to creep into a locker room, and guys start to battle each other instead of worrying about winning games.
It's an Indian afternoon. Perfect conditions for football, and off we go on EA Sports. This will make it into the end zone, and they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And a glance here at their quarterback standing 6'3".
And frankly, this is the type of game that a great quarterback relishes because 0-2 on the road, everything's against him and his team. No one can expect them to win. Sometimes you band together real tight in that situation, and if he plays really well, they've got a chance to get that done.
And he's able to skip away from that first defender on his way to a pickup of 5.
Brings up
a look at the numbers for Mac from last week. 16 carries, 72 yards, and a touchdown.
I can't remember the last time we did a game and a coach didn't talk about establishing the run first. But they've lost 2 straight games, so they still want to do that, but they've got to have some contingencies, some other options. Expect to maybe throw it a little bit to open up things and maybe run it a little bit more later in the game.
That one good for 20 on the catch and run. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. They'll run the screen with Mack. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. Looking to throw. He's got Burton here. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. They'll look to throw again. He's got his tight end, Burton. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
First down.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. This one into the hands of Burton. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. They'll run on first down with Marlon Mack. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Out of the gun, here's a give to Mack. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. 3 yards on the pickup there, and they've got it back to 3rd and 10.
A 3-yard gain on the play. Brings up third down.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. So that'll back him up 5. This third down just got even more difficult. Third down and 15 after the false start. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they're going to drop him well shy of the first as he can only make it to the 11. He'll wind up getting 11 on that one. And it'll be 4th down.
Nice job understanding the situation. 3rd and long, kept the play in front of them and made the tackle. They gave up a good chunk of yardage, but it does force a 4th down.
3, Oilers nothing.
Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, it kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. If I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. And a look here at their go-to guy under center.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the 1 interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown pass.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets. And bottom line, how do they get a win?
Well, they nearly get this all the way to midfield, marking down at the 49. That time they pick up a 24 yards on the keeper. First down. That may be a sneak peek on this opening drive of what this young rookie can show.
And normally, as you start a game, you're just thinking, can he get the snap? Can he hand off? Can he just execute? Instead, he doesn't waste any time on wrapping another dimension to his game, showing off those wheels, and picking up some nice yardage.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12. At the 47-yard line.
On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more.
No gain on the play. Leads to 3rd and 11.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Smith catches left side. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
That coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man.
And how about this, a fake? Down goes a loss of 5. And this defense will take over right at midfield. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Brings up
Here's Marlon Mack.
At the 41-yard line.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
Taken down at the 19-yard line.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Back of the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. He's going to try and do this himself. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down.
It's a gain of a yard. And it's 3rd.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Incomplete. Intended for Juju Smith-Schuster.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, this from 34. And his kick is right there. It's good. And that'll make it 6-0 here in the first.
Oilers nothing.
So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goals probably not what they were hoping for.
Man, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Henry's got it out on the left side. Not able to go anywhere that time. Second down.
Complete to Derrick Henry. He's out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going deep for Brown. That is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Incomplete.
Well, it doesn't take any great analysis. No jokes, partner, okay? All right, on this one. But we just know that we're going to see this as the game moves forward. There's going to be 2 guys on him on just about every snap.
It's kind of a dare to throw his way. They have to keep throwing his way.
The benefits could be great. You throw it to a great receiver, he could come down with it anyway.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So here are the Colts to take over. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He completes this one to Mack. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Second and 11. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 6-0 our score after 1. The Colts on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for this with Mack. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. On 1st down, they'll stay with Mack on the ground. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 39-yard line. This is Mack on the counter. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Completes it to the tight end, Burton. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Burton. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
I don't care what sport you're playing. Everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this, back-to-back completions to the big target at tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent gain. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. That'll put him right at 99 yards receiving now as he's got a first down. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver that time. But it'll be second and goal. Now a carry from Mack. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. What a stand this would be if they can get the stop here. Third and goal. They'll set up a throw. Blanketed coverage by Houston. Makes it fourth down.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on third down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected fourth down here.
And this one is right through. And that will make our score 9-0.
Oilers nothing.
So a dozen plays on that drive, CD, but in the end, it yields just the 3 points.
Well, they were able to keep the defense on the field for a long time, but let's be honest about it. That's about as unsatisfying a drive as you're going to get. 12 plays and you only get 3 points out of it. Not quite the ending they were looking for.
Houston set to take over. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked so well, and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's second down. Derrick Henry. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a third and about 4.
He was tackled at the 27-yard line. That's a gain of 5. Brings up.
Now they'll throw here. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Malik Hooker. And he will bring it back. An interception return for the Colts TD.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender. From there, he doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And that will make this a 16-point lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Rigoberto Sanchez.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Taken in at the 3. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
First down and 10 at their own 20.
Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown 1 interception.
The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Darius Leonard. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
It's been such an impressive first half to get that lead. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Drops incomplete. action sooner, it may have been a fumble.
Intended for his wideout. Sets up a 3rd down and 18.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. They do get 18, but even that wasn't enough. It's 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a 1st down.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. A 40-yard punt, give him 3 on the return, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Out comes his offense again, led by Trey Burton. The early returns for him, very good to start this season. Interesting to see if he can keep up that torrid pace.
Man, when you're talking about averaging 100 yards a game as a receiver, extrapolate that over 16 games, and you're having a monster season. So, yeah, you love what he's doing early, but I think it's got to go back to the offseason, doesn't it? It's got to go back to the roots, spending time with the guy who's going to throw the ball to him, spending time watching tape, spending time reading defenses, and, of course, getting himself ready to play. Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake at the line of scrimmage, got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride, and he was able to run free after the catch.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he will find his man on the outside.
Complete to
facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
8 yards.
They'll run with Mack.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
And now running right through it. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
Tackle made.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now back to throw. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. Rashaan Evans, the linebacker, recording the sack there.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he'll be taken down after a gain of about 8, as that will lead us to the 2-minute warning.
3rd down.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
The 3rd down pass.
3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him. And what I mean by that is what you said. 3rd and long. Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the 1st down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
Out comes a Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now.
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down.
At the 41-yard line.
Back to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
The pass.
A gain of 6 there on first. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. And he'll get this underneath to Henry. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8. And this is caught off the deflection. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. And they'll send out their punter now as he's on to punt for Houston. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Marlon Mack now heading back out there. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Back to throw here. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 16 more on that one and another first down.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now the Colts will use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He dumps this off to Mack. Not much there, only a yard.
Complete to Marlon Mack. 1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 45-yard line.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Time to give you folks at home a look around the NFL on this first official weekend of fall. So let's get to it. We'll start with the last 2 losers of the AFC Championship game. Kansas City heading east to take on Jacksonville. And it's the Jaguars who are out in front. The Jaguars still in a dogfight, but this would be a good victory for them if they could get it. From there, we head to Foxborough to check on the Patriots at home at Gillette Stadium. And they currently trail the visiting Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles looking to sew that one up, and they look to be in pretty good shape. Finally, we head to the shores of Lake Erie, see what's going on with the Cleveland Browns. And they've got the lead over the visiting Houston Texans. Odell Beckham, a touchdown reception. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you. Welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So this a 2-possession ball game as we get back underway, set for the third quarter. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
And now out comes Houston. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try to figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it second and a foot or so.
On the pickup, it's second and inches.
A give to Henry. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
Hey. First and 10 at the 34.
This is Henry. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
Offense.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a first and 20. Again, it's Henry. 4 yards on the pickup. It'll be second down.
Tackled at the 27-yard line. Brings up second down.
Now a handoff to Henry. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
3 brings up third and 13.
It's caught on the right side of Smith. And he'll only get this to about the 35. Well short of the line to gain.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
So they bring out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. It'll be a net of 39, 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion.
Brings up second.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They only needed 1 yard on 3rd down. They get 10 instead by going to the air.
First down.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
On first down, Mack. Ashawn Robinson there on the stop. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
He'll drop to throw.
7-yard line.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 22 yards there, a first down.
Gain of 22 yards.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory, down at the 31. They'll run it. It's Mack. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Rashaan Evans on the tackle. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd.
Now we've got whistles and a flag. Looked like one of the Colts linemen might have jumped. And that'll set him back 5. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. of the gun. They'll look to throw. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
3rd down and 14.
And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field, and that brings up 4th.
It's now.
But plain and simple, that's the 2nd time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm is just off? He's got thrown off. He's got to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
Houston set to take over. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost his bread and butter is a good running back dive play.
Stepping up, he'll try and run. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards. Well, with him trailing here in the 2nd half, maybe his legs can try to give this offense a spark.
And that's the benefit of having a young quarterback, right? Having a rookie, a guy who will say, hold on a second, I have a little bit of fearlessness to my game. It isn't working as well the other way. Let's see what I can do to help my team this way. And boy, he did it there.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll let the QB keep it here off the option. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39.
I know they'd love to take some heat off of that young quarterback, but so far, not much in the running game, and this won't help things either. A loss on that play.
Second and 14. He'll look to throw. They set up the screen for Henry. Give him 9 yards on the 2nd down screen play. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
3rd and 5.
He'll look to throw. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And he's going to get the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 22.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Still in search of their 1st touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Still about 3 yards shy of a 1st as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
3rd and 3.
They'll try to run for the 1st with Henry. And he picks up the 1st as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. The DeForest Buckner using those big hands and getting in there and bringing him down for this sack. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be third down.
Pass complete, but no gain.
No yards.
Yeah.
So you file that as unsuccessful.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Except on the stats, throwing the ball.
Get a completion.
You get a catch.
Yeah.
But still, no yardage. Okay.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It'll be a gain of 7, but still well short here with 4th and goal looming.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Gay's kick is good. And they'll at least get on the board here, still trailing, but 16-3 now.
16. Oilers 3.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Marlon Mack now heading back out there. So after that hot start, the numbers here show the decline. What has the defense done adjustment-wise?
Sometimes when you have a running back who's gotten off to a hot start, you've got to catch him before he really gets going. So you change what you do across the defensive front. Instead of the linebackers being back a few yards, you bring them up closer. It's what we call mugging the line of scrimmage, taking away a lot of blocking angles and gaps, and maybe stopping him before he can get going.
Mugging the line of scrimmage, okay.
Yeah, in this case, Brandon, it's clearly a running situation. When you're up in the 4th quarter, they're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. The Colts on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 14. He's got Burton here. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get into that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And it's fielded at the 34. Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Over now to Smith. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
To throw now on first down. Quick slant to Brown. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Second down and inches. He'll get this one complete to Davis. And they'll get him to the ground, and he has another first down at the Colts' 20-yard line. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
A run there with Henry as he gets forward only for about 3. Second down coming up.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
At the 16-yard line.
They'll run it again with Henry. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. The offense on third down, not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. Looking to throw.
It's interesting going into this game. There was so much talk from both sides about who would control the line of scrimmage. I think we've seen who has it in this one so far.
Well, they bottled him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now. But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Trying to punch it in with Henry. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Derrick Henry, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And his guys are able to make this a close game again. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. Each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. And it's up. This is good, and it makes it a 16-10 game now. So this drive spans 7 plays. And Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run. Touchdown. Here's Gay to kick it away. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Colts take over 1st and 10.
Indy set to go on offense once more. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and then, by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40.
There's the arm strength that we saw in college and during the scouting process, and really, it's not just the arm strength there, but the placement as well. To me, that was an excellent combination of arm talent and accuracy.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll run it out of the gun with Mack. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31. Defensively rallying to the ball after the nice move. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Staying on the ground with Mack. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. On third down, a run by Mack. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Now a run with Mack. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key third down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key third down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go. On third down, it's Mack. And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And his kick is good. And that will make this a 9-point lead.
19, Oilers 10.
So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, we've got to find 2 scores. So, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, but boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for them, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too.
10 at their own 20-yard line.
And now out comes Houston. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now, you're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We'll see what they do here in this last sequence. Looking for more there on first down with this throw downfield. Incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. He's going to let it fly. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
And 10 yards to go.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory. And I know I'm not breaking any news when I say that any road win in this league is a good one.
No doubt.
But it's a double bonus when you get a victory on the road in your division.
And when you start a season, each team breaks down their schedule in different ways. Some do it every 4 games, right? Let's go quarterly. Others say, listen, we've got to take care of our home field. And, out of a 16-game season, if you get 8 at home, let's at least win 7 at home and split our road games. That's what you're trying to get done. So you're exactly right. A road win, precious, especially within the division.
So for Indianapolis, they're into the win column now as they move to 1-2 on the young season. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, for the home team here, they will fall to a similar mark at 1-2. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head up to Orchard Park to take on the Buffalo Bills. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.